Welcome back to Julie's Wreath Boutique. Tonight we have a really fun wreath. Now, all these materials came from Trendy Tree and they've put a kit together. So if you want to make this wreath, you better go over to Trendy Tree and get the kit before it's sold out. There will be a limited quantity available, but never worry, you can get the link down in the description box below. And I can't wait to show you this wreath. It was a lot of fun to make. Okay, so we're going to get started with the first step, which is cutting our mesh. I'm using the ultimate collapsible mesh holder, but they do make them in smaller versions. But isn't this mesh amazing? I was so excited when I got this in the mail and I just had to do it for you. So basically this mesh can be cut with a wood burner. And if this is the first time you're watching me and you're like, Julie, what is the deal with a wood burner? It's on a glass cutting mat. And basically a wood burner will help reduce the frazzling or the unraveling of your mesh. So as you can see, I have this little wood burner holder that I got from Susie, and it's from the Susie's Reads and Things, and she also invented this mesh holder, which is amazing. So, and we're going to cut all this mesh at 10 inches long. Okay, so you're going to cut about 20 pieces, 25 pieces of the other mesh, and then you're going to cut about the same for this. You might need a few more. We'll see at the end here. But the next step is getting our frame ready. So we're just going to use a simple 10-inch frame that will come with your kit. Now, what will not come with your kit is this canvas, okay? You can pick up this canvas at like Hobby Lobby, Michael's. I think Joanne sells it as well. You'll find it back in the yarn and embroidery section of your local craft store. And I do believe Amazon sells it too. So you're going to cut out a piece to put in the center of your wreath. You're just going to attach them with zip ties, and it's pretty simple and straightforward. It doesn't need to be perfect. We just need a center for our wreath here, and this is the most economical way. The other thing I want to tell you is you may want to get a piece of felt and cut it out to the size of your wreath. So here's the beautiful mesh. Isn't that pretty? I love the colors in it. And so basically you want your lines going, is that horizontally? I think that's right. We're going to make a single petal fold, and what I want you to notice is that we are making sure that those stripes are going all the same way. So I'm going to hold on to that one, and I'm going to do another one just the same way. All right, you can do this with any type of mesh, poly burlap, deco mesh, but this is what we're doing here. So we're going to save ourselves a step here. We are going to take our wreath form, and you can see where I put it. I put it in between the brackets and between wire 1 and wire 2 there, and we're just going to attach it. So the first thing I want you to do is I want you to put these same petals on each of the brackets. I get my zip tie ready. I make my, you can see me moving stuff around. Somehow I forgot to edit that part out, but that's okay. But you're going to do the same exact thing. You're going to make a single petal fold, and it's always good to do this way so that the right sides are coming together, because if you look, I have the finished sides showing, and I really like that. I actually learned that from you guys. I started noticing people that are in my group, and did you know I have a Facebook group? I have a Facebook group, and we've changed the name of it, and we're calling it Julie's Wreath Boutique, the official group, because there's another group on Facebook that has nothing to do with me, okay? So boom, we're going to have all of those brackets full, and I did like a little test piece here to see what I wanted to put in between them. So this is when we're going to get out our gold mesh, and we're going to do it the exact same way, because again, it has metallic lines, and we want it to go the same way as our brownish and copper and gold lines of the other mesh. But we're not going to do just 2. We're going to put 3 of these. And you're probably like, Julie, why are you doing 3? Well, because deco mesh it's just a lot, it's less dense. I don't know if that's the right word for it. It's more sheer. And so you can see through it a little bit more. So what I wanted to do here was kind of just give it a little extra oomph, if I may say so. I know that's not a word, But now we have a really pretty, and as I was making those, I'm like, oh, that would make such a pretty angel, and we're going to have to make some more angels this Christmas. So you're just going to put the same triple petal bundle in between each of these pieces of mesh. Okay, so when you get that done, this right here is the, the crown jewel. And this is actually a Christmas ornament that we're going to cut in half because it's just foam. So I want you to be very easy, be very careful with this. I don't want you to hurt yourself. Please be careful. But you're going to take this and you can make this into 2 centers. That's right. You can do 2 flowers with this one. And so once you get that cut, then I'm going to show you how we're going to put it together. But isn't that pretty? Have you ever thought about doing this? Jeannie from Trendy Tree suggested this a few years ago, and we did this. And all of this kit comes from Trendy Tree. So again, these kits will only last while they have enough of them in stock. So if you want one of these, you're going to want to go to the description box below, go to the comments. I will leave you the link so you can get it. So I just take a piece of wire and I take some floral pins and I put it over the wire, and then I'm going to put some glue. And then I always take a piece of scrap felt. If you've been watching me any length of time, you know how this goes, okay? So you've seen me do this. And then we're going to put some pins in the top, pins. You guys get a chuckle out of the way I say pins. But I grew up in Southern Ohio, so what can I say? But you're going to do this. But did you guys know I have a texting service, and I can get you guys alerts when we go live, when we have a big thing happening. We have a big thing happening in Julie's Wreath Boutique this year, this month. So you're going to want to get on it. So I'm going to put it on the screen here for you to be able to get on that list. But as I'm talking here, I'm showing you how I put the center, and then I'm kind of drawing a circle underneath to kind of tell me where I need to put my petals. Kind of a little bit of a grid, so to speak. Okay, so we're just going to do the same petal. Okay, we're going to take our brownish goldish mesh, and then we're going to take our metallic gold mesh, and I'm going to hold it in one hand, and we're going to do the same petal on this one. But we are going to do a bundle of 3. Okay, so we're going to put these 2 together. I call these my affectionately called chip clips, but they're just, clothespins from the Dollar Tree in the clothes laundry section. But you're going to take and do another one, and then we're going to put these down on the wreath form as a trio. Isn't that pretty? I just wanted to kind of like save us a step, and I figured we can save ourselves a little bit of a step. So you can even get multiple chip clips and have them ready to go. And so I put my zip tie in where I put a little bit of a grid, and so that I know that the center of that wreath center, that leopard type ornament, is going to cover all of that. So we're going to do this, and I think we did this about 5 times. So just watch, and you're just going to keep doing the same thing. I think we're going to do a little sped up version of it for you, because I get a kick out of doing those, and I think they're just really neat. So I think this is so pretty. I just love this mesh. But can we talk about the fact that if you're watching this at a later date and you can't get this mesh anymore, you can still do this concept. Just pick 2 different kinds of mesh, and then get your foam, ornament, and then put it all together. So it's just that easy. I just love it. I think it's so pretty. And now you can just kind of enjoy this little moment. Okay, so we sped this part up. So we have little gaps, and I was kind of counting on this, that this is what I was going to need to do. So in these little gaps, we're going to put 5 of these pipe cleaners, not pipe cleaners, Julie. Those are zip ties. And I get my zip ties at Amazon, guys. I have a whole Amazon storefront. All my favorite things are in it, from life things to what the kids love and craft products. So I love these zip ties that I get over there, but it's really easy to just put that all in. And then we're just going to do the same thing. We're going to keep doing the same thing. It's the same petal. So the whole flower is the same petal, but this time we're just putting single ones in. And I'm going to make sure that I'm kind of working with it, gets right up in it so that we have these zip ties covered by the center of our flower. So if you just notice, I didn't get that one in. Okay, so you've got to be careful, guys. When you're putting in your mesh, do not pull on the zip tie so hard that you break the canvas, because that's what I just did. I'm like, okay, Julie, you don't need to do it that hard. That's probably the first time I've ever done that, though. So, and I've made thousands of wreaths on these canvases and all this stuff, but I really like it. But Trendy Tree has a lot of these in stock, and they're under like $3. So it's a great place to get stocked up on them. I love the size. I love the size of these too, because if you're going to go ship one of these wreaths, this ships at a decent price. So now we're just going to put in our center, and we're going to put it through that plastic canvas. And it's a little bit of a challenge because we got all that mesh in there, but it's doable. And you're going to pull on the wire on the back, and you guys know the drill if you've been watching it any length of time. You're going to twist that, and you're going to, I think I cut this one and then I poked it back through that canvas. So, and then you're going to just take a piece of that felt. Remember the felt at the very beginning? And I showed you that we were going to put that in on the back. Well, it's time for it to make its debut. I just fold it over. I take my sharp scissors. Guys, I've had these scissors for 20 plus years. Isn't that wild? But they're that good. I have them in my Amazon storefront. They don't make them in yellow anymore, but they're great scissors. And anyways, but you're going to put this on the back of your wreath frame with zip ties, and you're going to be done. It's going to be beautiful. I just love how this all turned out. But listen, guys, get your kit from Trendy Tree, all right? Shop Trendy Tree. Use my link down in the description box below. I would really appreciate that. And I hope you guys really enjoyed this. So once we get the back on, I just flip it over and I just adjust the mesh. This mesh is a little bit easier to work with, in my opinion, just because it just lays really nice. But this is the finished product, and if you want to get a kit, go over to Trendy Tree. I have the link in the description, and I'll pin it in the comments as well. So I hope you love this wreath. You can make it with different colors, a different ornament in the middle. But if you watch all the way to the end, make sure you leave me a gold heart or yellow heart in the comments. So I will talk to you later, and we'll see you next week in Julie's Wreath Boutique.